Good afternoon, everybody. It's Beowulf here with a video. I haven't been on a video for a while. Um, I kind of wait till things get up to the head to where I'm like, okay, I gotta say something about this. So it's been brewing behind my last video, or whatever. I should have went to the range today. I'm kicking myself in the butt. It turned out to be a beautiful afternoon, and then I got knee deep in weapons cleaning and a little bit of maintenance. So I missed out on a good range day, but tomorrow will be dry. And I basically kind of wanted to see um, what the loosening up of the regulations here in Texas. If you can go out, you can't go out. You can go here, you can't go there, or whatever. Um, because basically, we've actually had the increase of patrols from our sheriff's department and our Huntington Police Department going around and just letting them know, letting people know that they're there. Um, so I don't really think they know what to do. The headline of this video is that the truth is being hidden behind this coronavirus. I'll explain to you why. I said in I watch each day of the amount of cases that are actually appearing in Texas. I do pay attention to New York, to California, to those areas or whatever, but it doesn't really mean that much to me because I don't live in those areas. And basically, the areas that they're talking about are mostly urban societies where people live on top of each other. I don't have that case scenario. I live out far enough away from everybody that you don't have to worry about what you're doing or not. I could walk out butt naked and pee in my backyard and nobody even know it. So, yes, that would make me a dumbass redneck, which call it what you want. But today, here's some interesting news that we got. Not directly, it directly affects Texans, because if those of you don't know, Texas is directly, we're hand in hand with the oil industry, the cattle industry, some technology, but we are aligned in our whole mentality and our lives go along with the oil market and all prices. Today, around 1 o'clock today, you could buy a gallon of water. I'm sorry, you could buy a gallon of gas for cheaper than you could buy a gallon of water. So, in other words, water was more expensive than oil. Now, this is all due to the fact is that nobody's buying oil. Saudi Arabia, Russians, they've been having oil war, whatever. We got all kind of oil. We can't give it away. But ExxonMobil, Halliburton, all these kind of people, whatever, they keep producing oil. Our strategic reserves that we have are full. We don't have no place to put these. We have no place to put the oil. So now these brainiacs that work for the oil industry, they said, well, we need to cut production to actually get demand up. No shit, Sherlock. You should have seen this happening whenever the fact is Saudi Arabia and Russia was supplying oil to everybody. And you were still charging $2, $3 a gallon for gasoline. Now you can actually go to the gas pump and they will actually be almost asking you to pay them money for you to buy oil. Now, the reason why I have actually divvied into the markets because the fact is that that's the calm behind the storm that nobody's actually seeming to pay attention to. Yes, we have had protests over the weekend demanding us to go back to work. There's lots of arguments both ways. We should go back to work. We shouldn't go back to work. Blah 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 blah. Whatever the fact of the matter is that here is what it comes down to: is the American economy has to actually get back to doing what it's supposed to do. People need to make a living. We make a living. We go spend it on a Maytag washer and dryer, and you get paid. Pay. We have created this circle of purchasing and selling, where the fact is this is how we all stay substantial in living beyond our means. In a group discussion I had, there was some individuals here in Angelina County who were talking about it. A lot of individuals realized, shit, I'm screwed. And I'm like, well, why? I said, damn, I got everything I got on credit. And them bills are all coming due. Yeah, I lost my job. Or they cut back my hours. But the bills don't stop coming. This is direct reflection of what's happening in Texas now. Am I predicting a calm before the storm? No, I'm not. What I'm looking at is the indicators that we have in our stock market, and I'm telling you guys, it's going to get worse. I don't give a shit about the coronavirus. I don't care. The impact this is going to have on our economy is we're going to come out on the other side in a whole new, different type of world than what we're currently living right now. Small sectors are actually being affected at first. We saw Dow Jones plummet. What does that mean? It means that the individuals who are actually taking profit continue to buy, continually trying to buy, so they can actually make a profit. However, the fact is they ignored the fact is that there was nobody here to invest or even purchase products from them. So basically what you have is you have a market that's fake. It is not paying attention to what's really happening on Main Street. They have failed to realize that people are getting laid off. They have failed to realize we need to stimulate the economy to the fact that, well, we need to actually start doing something different and cutting our losses. We need to cut away from all these stores that are not making a profit. We need to cut back our profits. We need to actually make demand go up again. But the government says, no, not so fast. We're going to shut everything down. And they did. Now, states are arguing back and forth where they want to go back to work or whatever. That's not a question where you go back to work. It is you have to go back to work. It's not a question anymore. American citizens we have gone through plagues, but people kept working. The disturbing thing about this virus is the fact is that the total lack of preparation that our government had for it. We got fucked. We didn't have ventilators. We didn't have a test. Now we're just now catching up to the fact is, you know what? Now we're actually having a double step or triple step, trying to figure out. Well, we got to test people. We got to test more people because people are falling out dying. What would they? And Congress gave themselves a raise last year, and guess what? How many ventilators would that have bought? I don't know. We're learning now that some of the procedures that were actually carried out on these individuals, if they wouldn't have actually put ventilators on them, it would actually have saved their life. If they would have been left on devices and actually let their body fight it off, it would have been a long, hard out battle. But the fact is that the ventilator just assumed that it was going to actually do the breathing for this individual, and it didn't happen. I don't know all if fans were about it, but the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter to me how many people die from the coronavirus. It's already happened. We can't do anything. We don't have a vaccine. We don't have any methods of actually preventing it. We have no methods or no idea if we can get it again. So there's too much of the unknown. As soon as the stock market realizes that, they're going to be like, oh shit, they're going to shut down. Should we blame the Chinese? Well, yeah, you know what? Hell, why not? We blame the Chinese, we blame the Russians, we blame every damn body but ourselves, because the fact is that we knew, please tell me if I'm wrong, most people knew that this has been predicted. There's going to be a pandemic. We just didn't know what it was, but there's going to be a pandemic. But we didn't prepare for it. And in some ways, it's hard to prepare for a pandemic that you don't even know what it is. So it's kind of hard. But you think that we would actually have the medical supplies or the availability to check medical supplies so we could actually treat these individuals. Some people say, well, this is not happening. You know, this is a government operation. This is whatever. However, the fact is yeah, maybe not. But the fact is that I don't have time to think about the government being involved in this right now. I need to worry about me keeping myself healthy, happy, and keep food on my table for me and my grandkids and my wife. And I need to actually do this. And the fact is that, you know, my government ain't helping me right now. $1,200 stimulus check. Who pays rent with a $1,200 stimulus check? That just covers your mortgage. What else you gonna do? And most of the individuals who are actually going to get these checks or it's not going to get to them, because the fact is that now they have credit card collectors. They have all these people who put garnishment on your wages, and you will never see this check. Now they're also saying, well, this is not really a stimulus; it's a loan. It'll apply to your next year's tax returns. What is it? Small businesses, they're saying at first came out, well, you don't have to pay it back. Now it's bullshit. Yeah, you got to pay it back. So the whole gist of this is that who's telling what the hell's really going on? We're getting mixed messages from all over the place. We're getting the governor saying one thing. We got our president saying one thing. We got our mayor saying one thing. We got our county judges saying one thing. Some of these individuals don't even know where their hat's on the whole ground. They're not saying nothing. I'm just going to do what everybody else does. Luckily, here in Angelina County, we have a city, which is Lufkin, who, thank God, has a mayor who's getting in front of this shit. So this is what the city of Lufkin's going to do. I basically said, kiss my ass, Angelina County, where I'm going to do what's better, what's best for the citizens of Huntington. I wish we had more mayors like that, but we don't. So now we're having an opening of Texas, which is going to be the parameters that we actually have set forward. However, the fact is that what the hell are they going to enforce? Which law are you going to enforce? There's about many of them, and all of them, you can't be doing this, that, whatever. And I'm like, screw that shit. I can do whatever the hell I want to. It's still America. And by God, if I want to go down there and get me some plumbing supplies because my damn water pump's broke and I got to go get some water, I'm going to go get it. If I want to go to the range, I'm going to go to the range. I am going to go exercise my rights, even though there's protection orders in place. Let me ask you this. How's it working out so far? How's it working out for us right now? Maybe we should ask New York City. Maybe we should ask Louisiana. Maybe we should ask Florida. Maybe we should ask California. And it hasn't even hit the homeless population yet. Now, granted, this could be a government conspiracy. It could be all this, whatever. It could be a bug leaked out somewhere in China. It could be all this, whatever. I got plenty of time to figure that shit after the fact. I've got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do to protect my family during the next 6 months, because this is not going to be over with in 6 months. I need to actually prepare for those 6 months, because the fact is that things are going to start happening pretty quick. People don't understand when something affects the stock market this drastically, that it has a delayed effect before it gets to Main Street. We have had a record number of unemployment, people filing for unemployment in Texas. 90% of them are in the oil industry. The rest make up the service jobs. And we're still not above water yet. The thing about it is that the coronavirus is being hidden, because the fact is that it's hiding what the real problems are. And we know what those problems are. We have a relief package on the desk of the Democrats that won't sign on. Oh, no, I don't give a fuck about you. I ain't going to focus that shit. Put money in their pocket. No, how's it going to benefit me? This has been how it's played out for years now. And we're now we're reaping these procedures that we let it go along for so long. Now we're the ones who are reaping the negative consequences of this. I will say this, and I'll say it one time. Based on the current progress or the last 20 to 25 years of the president and our congressmen, can you look back and can you honestly say they got my best interests at heart? They're going to look out for me. They're going to be there whenever I fail. They're going to be there to help me out of this bind. I think most of it could say, hell no, they're going to take care of themselves before they take care of everybody else. And now they've gone to the point where telling people they can and cannot work, because the fact is that they want to actually protect themselves so they don't get sick. We are learning right now that this is not only detrimental to our economy, but it's a direct attack on our liberties. It's said time and time and over again. How much safety will we trade for liberty? Well, guess what, America? It's come down time for you to make a decision now. Do I go to work and do I support my family, or I do rely on the government to take care of me and me scrape by, go get the damn line and get on a boxcar so I can go get freaking food stamps, or I can go get a soup line. We've been through that in 1929. Either way this goes, the working man, the white collar, blue collar man, and the poor are going to suffer. Either way this goes, the government's going to get theirs before you get yours. And you're just a name and a number, and it's starting to come to fruition. Last comment was today, and give you an example. The reason why I'm really making this video, because the fact is the coronavirus is actually hiding up there. Some of our actions, because the fact is there was a young man got shot through his window, sleeping with his girlfriend who was pregnant, living with her parents. Cops are going to initiate a no-knock warrant on his house. Somebody called and told on him, said he had weapons. He wasn't supposed to have having weapons or whatever. So they raided his house, no warrants. But they can't get away from one fact. They shot him through the fucking window. Now, let me give you an example. Search warrants are served all the time in Russia. But they don't call them no-knock warrant because you know what? They have the courtesy to bang on the door and say, police officers, open up. Our police officers do not even have to open it. They don't even have to identify who they're going in and shooting. That is what scares me. And the probable cause that they have was actually told from a friend who may have got pissed off because he cut him off at the intersection the other day or whatever. He said something bad about him at church. So now they're going to report it to the police. Now you got the damn police coming in your house, raiding your house, shooting in your own damn bed. They said he had a weapon. No details on that. Why? Because we cannot get the camera. How many days go by before they can operate and they can actually cut out the views of this camera so we can actually tell the lies that we're actually being told? I am sick and tired of our government freaking lying to me. I am sick and tired of my government telling me that this apple is red and it's blue all the fucking time. I'm sick and tired. Tell me the freaking truth. I cannot even watch this coronavirus task force that Trump has. I can't even watch that. I can't even watch it because it's basically this. We do not trust our government. Bottom line, period. That is it. We can look and say, well, we have doubts. Well, this coronavirus, it may be produced by another reason. Why? Because we have doubts. We don't trust our government. And we keep electing these son of a bitches, and we still don't trust them. We put them in office knowing what they're going to fucking do, and we do it. So whose fault is it? Ours or theirs? But we don't want to rock the boat because we want to get a spot on the bigger boat. I said that before. I said it again. So there are going to be more events to where individuals go. They arrested one lady because she organized a caravan of people who had signs in their cars saying open up the fucking state, open up in front of the, I think it was it New Jersey, open up the town, open up the county, open up whatever, so she got arrested for violating their organizations, and nobody got out of their damn car. So now you can arrest somebody in a car because you don't like their damn sign that they're displaying because they're holding up traffic. Well, let me ask you, if you're following a damn order, what were you doing out in traffic anyway? But this is all bullshit. And it's got down to the time to where we have to call bullshit, and whether people realize it or not, that you need to start looking at your options Because the fact is that how can you guarantee that yourself that freaking cop will not be at your freaking door breaking in your door because silly Sally Mae down here got a burr up her ass and wanted to tell on you because you were out shooting squirrels one afternoon. Said he's not supposed to have a gun. Or how many videos do we need to see of these individuals? I'm calling the cops on you. You're at your door. That old lady, she's just bitching at this young man just driving in his car. I'm gonna call the cops on you. You've been reported. I'm getting to the point now. Report my ass because I ain't doing a damn thing wrong. Well, it's time. It's emergency. It's a national emergency. Even though it's a national emergency, I still get to decide what my rights are and what I get to choose to participate or not. If I want to go out and catch coronavirus, and guess what? I go out and catch coronavirus. If you don't want to catch coronavirus, stay your ass at the house. Simple. But you can't come in and demand everybody does what the government tells you to do because we've been down that road before. We have seen it in other regimes to where it starts out like this. Next thing you know, nobody can leave their house. Nobody can leave their house because you know what? You're against curfew. Fuck the coronavirus. We just got a curfew. Well, we got a curfew. Oh, I don't fucking know. Get your ass in the house. So we got to tilt one way or the other. We have got to go back to work. We fought a war in 1918 or 1914 and 1918 at World War I with the Black Plague in our people were dying from the Black Plague. What happened? The media didn't report that. They didn't want nobody to know that. Now we have a coronavirus that's destroying our whole economic process, and nobody's paying attention to that. A lot of people are saying, well, I got a job today. Okay, great. But let me ask you, if these entities stop moving and stops producing, are you going to have a job tomorrow? Well, we got all this stuff. We got all this going on. But you hadn't planned ahead. Look at all the dominoes. Because when one fall, guess what? Then 2 or 3's going to fall after it. And we don't have a government to stop the fall of the dominoes. We, as Americans, have to understand one thing. Our government does not give a shit about us. Our government has gone past the ways of listening to us, of listening to what our wants, what our needs are, and how we want our country run. We are expendable. And today, it is obvious. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't have the answers. And they're creating debt that our kids will have to pay. Your kids, their kids, and then their kids will be paying for this debt for their lifetime. Because we, as people, were unable to stand up against this shit and say, you know what, enough's enough. I don't want any more stimulus money. I don't want to have bullshit help. I want the economy to recover itself. I want it to take its regular whatever. We're going to get people going out of work, whatever. But right now, we can't even tell how many people are going to be fined for employment within the next quarter. The whole quarter, our number one quarter this year has tanked. We're starting off the second quarter of the lowest oil prices since 1983. Oh, why is 1980? Because that's when they started tracking it. I make this video because the fact is that I want you to start paying attention to the big picture and stop looking at individual pieces based on what social media is saying, what they're reporting, all these special reports, all this breaking news and all this kind of shit or whatever. Look, listen, do your research and see the big picture. Until you can see the big picture, you're going to be lost. And do not believe everything you read. Believe half of what you see and nothing that you read. Because the fact is that when push comes to shove, when it's all over with, dust settles or whatever, guess who's going to be holding the bag? And you. People's pensions are gone. People's 401k have disappeared. They haven't even stopped to realize that. And why? Because they're still trying to figure out their credit card so they can pay their bills for the next month. And then one day we're all going to wake up and say, oh shit, how did this happen? Well, maybe if we look back, we could have seen it coming. We have to make some hard choices. And there is change coming soon. It's either good or bad, but now it's either bad or worse. We ain't gonna see good for a while. Do your research, look things up, ask questions, see if you can actually generate a conversation to where people will actually have a conversation to where we actually can work this through this, because we know government's not going to fucking do it. We know the Congress is not going to do it. Our Supreme Court, they're on life support. I don't know if we should give Ruth Ginsburg a freaking ventilator or not. There ain't no government entity that's going to get us out of this bind except for us. That's it. And what shape are we going to be after we work our way out of this? And what position are we going to be putting into that our government set us up for? They're setting us up to fail. It's another step toward communism. If you don't believe me, I'd watch. You guys think, I know people don't like this, my screen or whatever, but anyway, I'll share it if you like it. If you don't like it, then freaking YouTube, they'll cut it out or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to share this wherever I can. Please share this if you will. Let people start listening, having a conversation. And just as if one more person on Facebook posts that Hillary Clinton's going to jail, I swear I'm going to smack you in the freaking face. It's done. It's over. She's not going anywhere. I don't care how much evidence they get. She's done. It's not going to happen. Stop believing in fairy tales. Please. These type of people who still think that we're going to have some kind of goddamn repercussion from the Clintons and their administration and all the crap that's been going on for the last 20 years or whatever. You get over it. It's not going to happen. We have a gentleman who's all over the Epstein. He's dead. He's dead. Questionable circumstances. Do you understand that this is really going on and you're being a witness to it? Or are you willing just to say, well, you know that shit happens. Well, what can you do? What can you do? I know we killed him, but what can we do? Judicial Watch is the main one. They're still trying to figure out how they're going to get all the documents to put Hillary Clinton in freaking prison. I tell you where you go. You go to Anthony Weiner's laptop and you start from there. This government has become so stupid that they're so fighting against being transparent. It's ridiculous now. So please, don't tell me Hillary Clinton's going to prison. She's not. You guys be good. Be careful. And like I said, weapons cleaning day to day. Planning a road trip this weekend on the 25th. Could get out of the house, get out of the county for a while. You guys be good and be careful. Keep powder dry. I'm out.